I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. It's an old Kentucky recipe that dates back to the 1700s. So I hope you enjoy that. Don't sue me or anything after you eat it.
It smells lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, do you know, I grew up in Fiji, and as kids, we used to eat dried mango skins, and they smelt just like that.
Maybe that's what that is, do you think? That's not a mango.
I'll eat it if you eat it.
All right.
Sure.
Really?
Let's do it.
All right. No, let's not do this. Let's not.
You have to work.
Yeah, I have to work.
So no,
you will have. Honestly, you will have to tune in to find out exactly where we are. In once upon a time, we can go anywhere now. We can go anywhere. So this, you'll have to tune in to episode 18.
Episode 18. Well, we'll look forward to that. We are midway through season 2. How's it all going?
It's going good. This season of Once Upon a Time has been huge. It's been daring. It's been epic. It's changed the game from season 1, and it just keeps getting better and better.
How has it changed the game? I know there's a lot of sort of family themes in this season, but how has it changed the game?
Well, I think it's changed the game because now, magic is here. Magic is here in Storybook, and that changes everything. And what does that mean? How does it work? We have people coming in from the outside of the Storybook, and where are they from? Who are they? What do they want? So there's a lot of things going on. And of course, now we have Cora and Hook that have arrived in Storybook. We have Cora and Regina. They're looking for Gold's dagger, and whoever controls that dagger controls the Dark One. That is not a good thing if Cora and Regina go.
This is a big show, big sets, big special effects, big wardrobe department. What's it like to be part of this big machine?
It's horrible. I'm not going to lie. It's horrible. It's trying. Every day I come to work. I'm working with some of the most terrible people you could ever come across. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. No, it is. It's great. It's great to be on a show like this. It's great to be on a show that is so daring with its storytelling, and gives us the opportunity to take these characters that we all know and love and be able to change them in a way and make them somehow more relatable and more relevant, and be able to tell new stories with them and tell you sides of these characters that we didn't know.
Do you think part of that daring you talk about is what has made this show such a big success with its audience?
I hope so. I mean, I think so. I think it's something that there's nothing like it on television. I think it offers viewers something completely different. And again, it's a thing that you can sit down and watch with the whole family. And there hasn't been a show like that on TV for quite some time. So I think it's a good thing. And I think people are always hungry for good storytelling, and I think that's certainly what our show offers.
Now, when you got this part, did you go back and look at all those Disney classics and all the other sort of fairy tale classics and draw from that for your characters?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that on any job as an actor, that's what you do. You go back and you do as much research as you possibly can. And of course, I went back and read Snow White first off, and then went through and looked at all the other princes and all the other different stories and how they were different, and thought about how we could make this Prince Charming different from what we've seen before, but still have that flavor of who he was when he was originally created.
Is it more difficult and more of a challenge for you because you're really playing two characters, aren't you? So does that make your job harder? Is it learning lines harder and all of that? I mean, what's the challenge involved?
It doesn't make learning lines harder. I think what's hard about it is just keeping storylines straight in your head, because our show is very intricate. And the characters go on many different paths, so it's just keeping that grid for yourself in your head where each character is at each given time. And we go back in flashbacks, we go forward, we're in the present. So keeping that all straight is what's hard.
Now, there's a lot of green screen in this, and we often think of green screen and typically motion pictures, not so much television, but it's part of this in a big way. Was that a challenge when you first came onto the set, kind of having to work on against these green screen sets and everything?
Well, I've done a lot of green screen. Let me go back. I've done a lot of green screen work before. It's always a challenge, but it's somehow, for an actor, it's kind of freeing all at the same time, because really get to play and you really get to use your imagination, and you can just let that run wild. So somehow I think it's freer than actually working on real sets sometimes.
How much of you is in your characters on this?
I think in every character, every actor plays, you bring part of yourself, because how else could you actually do it? So I think there's always a percentage of you in everything that you play.
Lots of costumes in this show as well, and you've got a great costume department and a writer who goes back quite a way in business. Do you enjoy the dress ups?
Of course. It's part of why I wanted to become an actor. We get to dress up and play these other people and play these other parts. And Eduardo is he's a genius, and I think it takes someone of great taste to be able to sift through all the hundreds of years of different artists' interpretations of what let me go back.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You'll be amazed. Delicious.
Right, here we go. I think it takes someone of great taste to be able to sift through the hundreds of years of different people's images and different people's imaginations of what these characters look like, and then be able to take it and make it ours, make it current, make it cinematic, and make it cool. And I think Eduardo definitely does that.
Do you have any say in the way your characters dress and look? And for example, your ensemble today. A lot of denim.
It's a lot of denim going on. There's the kind of die-hard gun holster here, which I think is pretty cool. Of course, we always collaborate, and we talk about what's going on and what's going on with the characters and how they're moving forward or how they're not moving forward, and how that relates to what they're wearing or what they're not wearing. Depending on the scene.
Right. Whatever it's called, what's called for. Now, you shoot up here in Vancouver, beautiful, sunny, warm Vancouver. Actually, it's a beautiful city. How do you find that versus, shooting in LA or Hollywood? You're sort of removed. Some people call it the Vancouver bubble. So you're kind of removed up here. Is that a help? Is it a hindrance?
I think it's a help. I think it's a definite help. I mean, it does feel like we're up here in the bubble, and of course, when we were making the first season, it felt like we were doing this thing that nobody knew about. And it was kind of like our secret. And I think it kind of helped to keep everything, more concentrated and everything together. And I think it definitely helps the work. It just keeps it all